This is Practice Excel exam number 5. The first formula we're going to type is the salary after the raise, and that's going to be equal to, and it's based on the performance reviews. We'll say it's going to be the current salary, it's B4, as a relative reference, plus the same current salary times some percentage increase. So that percentage increase will either be 2% or 7%. 2% if the performance review is okay, is poor, and 7% if it's okay. So we'll say an if over here, and we have a logical test on whether this performance review is equal to, we could either say okay or poor. Let's just say okay. It's case insensitive, so this should work, I think. So yeah, because otherwise you need to use the exact function to do a case sensitive comparison. So if C4 is equal to okay, then we're going to type in 7%, which is what we're going to be multiplying by. Otherwise, it's going to be 2% that we're multiplying by. And we're not having some kind of cell elsewhere that we're referring to, so we don't need to use absolute references. This is going to give me this number. I'm going to then drag this formula down, and we'll get all of these numbers over here. The highest salary after the raise is going to be the max of all of these salaries after raise. I think when I drag this down, there might have been a line here as a thick underline, so I should just put this border back. Okay, lowest salary after the raise is going to be the minimum of all of these, and the average salary is going to be equal to the average of all of these. And then there's only one other sheet. We'll go to PMT. Now this might be a little bit different from the PMTs you're used to in that they're not providing you with amounts to finance. You shouldn't calculate it for yourself. In other words, if you subtract this discount and this down payment, you could figure out on a calculator that 550 minus a down payment of 150,000 is going to give you 400,000, and then take away 25,000, you'll get 375,000. So you might be tempted to write 375,000 and get this result. The problem with that is that we're going to type in a formula here and do a goal seek. And if we do this, we're gonna be fiddling with the price of the house, and so it's gonna make the price of the house up and down and up and down. It's not going to find any kind of result which is going to make the monthly payment what we want, because it needs to connect via a formula to here, and then from that formula to here, a formula to here. If it doesn't do that, it's not going to converge, and it's going to suggest a really big number and still not converge. So we really want to say that the price of this house is, the amounts to finance is this number minus this discount minus this down payment, which gives me 375,000, but is a formula. The monthly payment is going to be, well, the interest rate is a yearly interest rate, the term is in years. Let me just double check. Yeah, they don't say anything about to calculate the monthly payment, so apparently it's converging monthly. So we did a lot of examples like this in class. The monthly payment, this interest rate yearly is an APR. To get the periodic interest rate, we'd have to divide this by 12, and then the term is going to be this number, 30 times 12. So we're going to say equals PMT. The rate is going to be this 5.12 divided by 12. The NPER is going to be this 30 times 12. The present value, the amount of finance, is a positive number, is money coming towards me, of 375,000. The future value is going to be 0, because in the end it's going to be paid off. The type is in arrears, so I'm going to say 0. Right? It doesn't say anything that it wouldn't be in arrears, but we're assuming in arrears. Okay, so we get $2,040.67. Now we want to do. We don't even want to do a goal seek here. So even so. Okay, so I was wrong about wanting to do a goal seek, but even so, you're supposed to type a formula here instead of calculating it. If we wanted to do a goal seek, just to remind you the way the goal seek works, we'll click in this particular cell, we'll go to Data, we go to What If Analysis, Goal Seek, and we would say set this cell of negative 2040, let's say we would set it to negative 2000 or something like that, by fiddling with this cell over here, and we'd say okay, and you see it generates a new price of the house, where the monthly payment would be this amount. So let's just cancel out of that. because we didn't actually want to do that goal seek, and that's the end of this practice exam.